Identification of fingerprints is a precise process used in forensic science to determine whether two fingerprint samples come from the same individual. It involves comparing the unique patterns and characteristics within the fingerprints and analyzing specific minute details to establish a match. Fingerprint examiners use the ACE-V method, which stands for Analysis, Comparison, Evaluation, and Verification, to decide whether two fingerprints match. In each phase of the ACE-V method, there are specific steps that examiners follow to ensure thoroughness and accuracy. These steps guide the examiner through a structured examination of the prints, helping them analyze details, make comparisons, reach conclusions, and confirm findings with confidence. Each phase builds on the previous one, making the process both comprehensive and reliable.
The analysis stage is the first step in the ACEV method, where the fingerprint examiner closely examines the fingerprint to understand its quality and identify distinguishing characteristics. This stage is crucial because it lays the foundation for accurate comparison and evaluation. In the analysis stage, the examiner undertakes several specific steps. The examiner first determines if the print is clear enough for analysis. This includes looking at factors like clarity, visibility of ridge patterns, and the presence of any smudges or distortions. If a print is too blurred or incomplete, it may be challenging to proceed with an accurate comparison. Hence, the examination ends, and the print is reported as not suitable. If the fingerprint is clear and usable, the analysis identifies key features that can be compared to another print. It also notes the allowable differences, tolerances, in how these features might appear, like slight changes in angle or spacing due to print quality. This helps guide the examiner on what specific details to focus on in the comparison and what minor variations to expect. The examiner may spot physical features in the fingerprint like recurves, deltas, creases, and scars. These unique details act as markers, guiding the examiner on where to start comparing the prints. In the comparison stage, the analyst looks at the known print and the suspect print side by side. They closely examine specific details, called minutiae points, and their locations to see if they match. Known prints are often gathered from people connected to the case, like suspects, victims, or witnesses, or found through fingerprint databases. This process helps determine if the two prints are from the same person. Evaluation refers to the stage in fingerprint analysis where the examiner makes a conclusive judgment about whether the prints being compared come from the same source, are from different sources, or if the comparison is inconclusive. Identification means that the examiner determines that the prints belong to the same individual based on sufficient matching features, minutiae points, ridge patterns, etc. This conclusion is reached when the examiner is confident that the prints are identical in structure and characteristics, leading to an identification of the individual. Not identical is given if the prints show sufficient dissimilarities or lack of matching features. In this, the examiner concludes that they must come from different sources and the prints are not from the same person. Sometimes, there is no clear evidence to draw a definitive conclusion. Inconclusive is given due poor quality samples, lack of comparable areas, and insufficient number of corresponding or dissimilar features. That is, there may be too few matching features or the differences are not significant enough to make a judgment. Inconclusive results do not mean that the prints are not from the same person, but rather that there is not enough reliable data to confirm or exclude the possibility. Verification in forensic fingerprint analysis refers to the process where a second, independent examiner reviews the work of the original examiner to ensure the accuracy and reliability of the conclusions. This step is crucial in confirming that the initial analysis and conclusions are correct and that the fingerprint comparison process was conducted properly.